Hey guys, Comic Boom here to review Death Metal number 7 and to talk a little bit about it. I know everyone's done their review of Death Metal. It's a little late, but I have to give my 2 cents worth, and I wanted to have some fun. I don't have a lot of time on my hands lately, but I'm doing my best. But in any event, I did put together some just brief thumbnails to explain what has happened in Death Metal number 7. A quick overview here. Death Metal number 7 is in fact the best issue of the series. And I gotta say, that's not necessarily a high compliment. I think that the death metal overall has been a narrative mess. And frankly, the way it ends is actually very, very simple. Everybody loses. Spoiler warning, this is such a boring tale, I gotta tell you. The journey getting here was a convoluted mess filled with all kinds of crazy moments that were orchestrated to sell action figures for Batman, but really this was a tale that ends with cosmic gods coming down and resurrecting everybody because Wonder Woman chooses to die. She chooses to kill the Batman who laughs, and to basically, it's almost like death before dishonor. That's Wonder Woman, death before dishonor. I'm not going to side with the Batman who laughs. Batman who laughs, I'm not going to let you reshape the multiverse, even though it would save everyone's life, and even though it would mean I could fight you on another day, on another battlefield, which is the Amazonian code and the Amazonian way. No, I'm going to abandon who I am as Wonder Woman, and I'm going to choose to let everybody in the multiverse die. I would rather all of us die, and then to have the Batman who laughs reshape the multiverse. I find that interesting. That's really what happens. Now, of course, the cosmic gods at the end reward Diana because they're so impressed that, oh my God, the cosmic gods basically say, Diana, oh my God, we can't believe you did that. We were shocked for you actually saved us. The Batman who laughs could have potentially destroyed us, the cosmic gods, but you chose to stop the Batman who laughs, to even protect us from the Batman who laughs, even though you knew there was a very strong likelihood that we were going to destroy you. And that's very impressive. And so as a reward to Wonder Woman for engaging in such nonsensical behavior, in that she basically Wonder Woman betrayed all of us. She sacrificed all of us for her selfishness and her foolishness, so that, for her ideals. Thank you, Diana. Thank you for taking it upon yourself for sacrificing all of us. Because of that, the cosmic gods rewarded us all by bringing us all back to life. So just to be clear here, let's be absolutely clear. Everybody lost. Everybody was exterminated. Everybody blew up in an explosion. Everybody died. Good guys, bad guys, Doom, Justice. Everybody lost. Everybody lost. The cosmic gods simply undid everything because Wonder Woman basically killed us all, sacrificed us all, because Wonder Woman cared more about the cosmic gods than she did about us. Wonder Woman was willing to take a chance on the cosmic gods, as opposed to taking a chance on the Batman who laughs. Even though she was already defeating the Batman who laughs, she defeated him once, and even though we could likely have defeated the Batman who laughs if the Batman who laughs had recreated the universe, the multiverse in his image, we could live to fight another day. Wonder Woman said no, she chose death. That's the truth. That's the golden lasso, magic lasso truth. The same magic lasso that Wonder Woman dipped in the World Forge and became that golden floating Oscar statue. What the hell's that about? I don't know. But there you have it, guys. But hey, death metal. Let's talk about it. Scott Snyder, the writer, Greg Capullo is the artist. There's a whole slew of other artists in there, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to it. Wonder Woman discovers here that, fighting the Batman Who Laughs, she apparently comes to the conclusion that the Batman Who Laughs is more powerful than her. And in the midst of all this fighting, which very quickly becomes completely irrelevant because, again, everyone loses and everything blows up in a massive explosion, there are some cool moments which take up the 50 pages. And, Batman, and they're all basically represented here. And, Batman gets his hand chopped off and he brings back the dead. So here's where the plot holes are really exemplified here. And this is the tip of the iceberg on the plot holes in this entire narrative, because this thing is, I got to tell you, the plot holes here are just frankly extraordinary. But some of the minor ones, which sort of accumulate, sort of death by 1,000 cuts when it comes to the inconsistencies in this narrative, which has gone on for 2.5 years, which fell apart after Justice League 25, which was the high point. And then after that, it sort of nosedived. So Snyder started off with some great Grant Morrison-like ideas, but they just seemed to die off. He abandoned them. He changed the concepts. He changed the approach. He changed the narrative. So much change. I don't know how much of it was Snyder, how much of it maybe was as a result of the editorial nonsense that was going on at DC that ultimately led to Dan Didio being fired in January of 2020. Here we are in January of 2021, and we're finally at the end of a new DC universe moving into future state. But some of the moments here that really stand out in Death Metal number 7, Batman gets his hand chopped off. Robin King thinks that he's accomplished a lot because, oh, good, I chopped Batman's hand off so he can't control the dead because he's got a Black Lantern ring. Well, Batman says, I don't keep my ring on that. Not only do I not keep my ring on the finger, but it's on his chest. And of course, Batman then raises the dead of all the enemies. So all the little Robin Kings and the little evil Robins that were running around, a lot of them being killed. All the people that were killed on the Batman Who Laughs side, Batman resurrected with the Black Lantern ring, which, when you think about it, why wasn't he doing that all the time? And then what was really at stake if Batman could just raise the dead of all his enemies anyway? I'm not really sure what the threat of the Batman Who Laughs was. Wonder Woman's fighting the Batman Who Laughs. The Batman Who Laughs is more powerful than Wonder Woman. But yet Batman can easily defeat, it's revealed, all the enemies, because as soon as some of the enemies die, he just raises them dead and they fight on his side. Other moments here, which there's a moment where Silver Banshee of all people kills a Superman. Okay, who cares? I mean, 2.5 years and I'm Silver Banshee kills Superman by saying his name, Kill Al. Okay, I don't care. I'm not invested in any of these Dark Knight characters. These darker versions, I've got zero interest in any of them, and I haven't had any interest in them from the beginning. I've got no reason to care about them. They're just darker versions, and what's at stake? Oh, the multiverse is at stake. Well, maybe, except for it's quite clear at the end of this narrative that really nothing was at stake. Not only is nothing at stake, but nothing matters. Nothing matters. Nothing matters because everything matters. And if everything matters, we know nothing matters, because if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. And the DC Universe no longer stands for anything specific. It stands for everything, and therefore stands for nothing. And you really, really see the nothingness be exemplified in Death Metal number 7, especially how it ends in the most ridiculous way you can. But we'll get to that. But in any event, Flash, so stupid. There somehow a dark version of Wally West ends up on a Mobius chair. There's only one Mobius chair in the multiverse, but somehow he ends up on it. That's never explained. And if it is, it's, I don't know. It's just so stupid. Lex Luthor utilizes a black hole to kill a Superman. Again, I just don't care. None of this stuff feels like anything was at stake. Here's where something I wanted to focus on this. At one point, Wonder Woman says that, or rather, the Batman Who Laughs says, and the Batman Who Laughs states that Perpetua, her species, the hands. Now, when he says the hands, they're really the cosmic judges. This really, really underscores Snyder's narrative faults here, just unbelievably. Calls them the cosmic judges, then he calls them the hands. At one point, they were just called the judges of creation. Just pick a name and stick with it. But this is just one example of just, starting off with seven forces, ending up with crisis energy, and then what's the other one now? Doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Anti-crisis energy, crisis energy, connective energy. It doesn't matter. It all comes down to crisis energy. In any event, Perpetua was supposedly killed last issue by the Batman Who Laughs, but apparently Perpetua's hand shows up somehow, even though she was killed. That's never explained. Wonder Woman then bitch slaps the Batman Who Laughs by kicking Perpetua's hand into him, at which point suddenly she gets more powerful. So I guess we're supposed to take from that a cosmic bitch slap of the Batman Who Laughs really turned the tide for the heroes. Yay! Batman Who Laughs says to Wonder Woman, Perpetua's species, the hands, are on their way here to erase this universe because we dared to want more unless I killed them first. It's never explained what makes Batman Who Laughs thinks he's even got any power, enough power to destroy the hands, to destroy the cosmic judges. There's no indication that he's even anywhere close to that power level. It makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. If the Batman Who Laughs is capable of destroying the judges, he's quite easily then of handily defeating Wonder Woman and then defeating the cosmic judges. This is very, very forced, plot-centric storytelling. It just doesn't make a lot of sense, but you have to go with it in order for this narrative to work. And it hasn't worked for actually going on a year already, quite frankly, because this goes well before Death Metal. But in any event, Wonder Woman says they're coming because villains like you kept using crisis energy to empower yourselves, empower the present at the expense of the past or the future. This is actually demonstrably false. That's not the case. Villains like the Batman Who Laughed, they weren't actually technically using a bunch of crisis energy. Very, very few villains were actually doing that. It was only a handful of them. And in fact, because what makes up crisis energy is something that villains and all through the Omniverse are using. If you understand how crisis energy was defined, it's all the negative energy, the negative emotions. Crisis energy exists. The mere use of it doesn't attract the cosmic judges. The cosmic judges, that's not how they function. That's not how they work. But again, you got to swallow it in order for this narrative to work. It contradicts what came before. But again, Perpetua was all worried. What actually attracted, just to be clear here, is to explain myself, what actually attracted the cosmic judges was the death of Perpetua. What actually attracted the cosmic judges was that the very person they have that's supposed to be in charge of this multiverse is killed. That's what would attract the cosmic judges. The cosmic judges, the hands, have people like Perpetua that they assign to different multiverses that are in charge of creating a multiverse and keeping it functioning. And Perpetua and her brothers and sisters are at liberty to do that however they like, subject to, as long as they stay, keep in line of some basic rules, and the cosmic judges will keep an eye on them. So that's why they're coming. It's not coming. They could care less whether there's crisis energy or connective energy. That's all nonsense. But, believe it what you will. But Wonder Woman thinks this. Why does Wonder Woman think something that is untrue when she's connected to the truth? Bad writing. That's why. But in any event, she says, I have connected us to our history. All that's left is to destroy you and let... Wonder Woman hasn't connected anybody to any history. Okay, what she did is she dipped her magic lasso in the World Forge. Why she thinks that connects her to history, I haven't gotten a clue. That's not explained. Batman Who Laughs says that let the universe move on in harmony. Come now, we both know I'm stronger than you, so killing me is an impossibility. Is it? And yet she killed you. So again, we don't know the power levels here. We don't know the power set. Apparently, all it took was the Batman Who Laughed getting chainsawed in half by Wonder Woman. And when Wonder Woman chainsawed the Batman Who Laughs literally in half in the first issue, went and sawed him in half, but apparently his brain, she missed his brain, so they took his brain and they put his brain in the body of Dr. Manhattan. And Dr. Manhattan apparently is more powerful than the cosmic judges. Again, oh God. Anyways, I promised I wouldn't be so negative here. I just want to get through this, but this is so hard because this is such nonsense. But in any event, it says, what would the universe look like if you were to win without a restart? Half your friends would be dead. And that's true. That's true. In any event, Wonder Woman, after she kicks the hand, Perpetua's, I guess, floating corpse hand, into the Batman Who Laughs. Good God. She hits him so hard they fly forward through time, past round tables and the birth of a new kind of human, past all the weirdest, wonderful tapestry. And eventually, Wonder Woman decides that she's just going to destroy the Batman Who Laughs. It just doesn't matter if they all get destroyed. She'll take her chances with the cosmic judges, and she won't let the Batman Who Laughs win. She won't let the Batman Who Laughs reshape the universe. She would rather the entire multiverse die than the Batman Who Laughs get an opportunity to reshape the universe, which, frankly, is that's what leads to the reward that the cosmic judges give Wonder Woman. They reward Wonder Woman by not allowing the Batman Who Laughs to essentially kill them. They reward Wonder Woman by giving her a brand, by revitalizing all of us, by resurrecting the entire multiverse, and that all is so much better in the world. And there's a nice little homage here where the cosmic judges take the image of Wonder Woman in her first original incarnation in Sensation Comics #4. Nice little go here. They recreate the universe. They say everything will be new to you, Wonder Woman, and to us. Greater threats, yes, but greater possibilities. So thanks to Wonder Woman now, we've got greater threats, greater evil in this new multiverse than ever before. Thank you, Wonder Woman. Thank you for exercising that. We could have just as easily have taken our chances with a new multiverse created in the image of the Batman Who Laughs. What would have been the difference? What's the difference between a god called the Batman Who Laughs or a god called the Cosmic Judges, who are now creating greater threats for us than ever before, and even tell Wonder Woman that there's an even greater threat coming? Thank you, Wonder Woman. So I'm not really sure what was really won here. I'm being a little bit tongue-in-cheek saying this, a little facetious, but this really doesn't feel all that much like a victory to me at all, which is kind of funny because everyone else thinks it's a victory. These images here are nonsense. Now, Superman here, apparently, the emphasis here, we got some great art here by Paquette, better than, which is, I will say, is my favorite art in my view in the entire issue. There's a scene here where Superman says, look, he'll say, I'm from a planet that died because its people couldn't come together even when facing annihilation, but here we did. And because of that, we won a chance, a fragile chance to show that we can do better. So let's be clear here. The words are clear. Read between the lines. Superman is acknowledging that obviously that he comes from a planet that destroyed itself, and he's also acknowledging that Earth utterly failed. He's acknowledging that his multiverse failed and that they have to do better. But here we can. We won a chance, he said. We won a chance. Yeah, like it's a lottery. You got lucky. The word won is very appropriate because you got lucky. You rolled the dice and you got lucky that the cosmic judges are giving you another chance, Superman, because you didn't earn it. You didn't earn it. You lost. Your multiverse was destroyed. You lost. You got lucky. You got lucky. And you have a fragile chance to show that you can do better. And now you're going to have worse threats to deal with. So congratulations. And by the way, thank Diana for that. But you can't thank her because she has disappeared to once again, go off and pontificate and preach and supplicate herself to to cosmic judges now. Make no mistake, Wonder Woman may not have been on her knees at the end of this issue, but she might as well have been. She was just supplicating herself, only she was doing it standing up. In any event, so they have this party. Apparently, when you get a second chance and you're dead, and everyone you've ever known is suddenly resurrected and alive again, you go and you party, and you have Superman sing a song with Batman and guitar and Black Canary playing guitar. Why Black Canary isn't singing, I don't know. But I mean, again, beautiful art here. Again, I don't. If you're looking for any kind of logic to this storyline, it's not here. This is very much trying to end this series on a high note, having fun. We won, etc., etc. And not only did we win, not only did did we win, but we got a new satellite now. And I just want to be absolutely clear here that this is by far the dumbest portion of this comic. We now have something called the Totality Satellite, and this Totality Satellite is a combination of the symbols of doom and justice, which might seem kind of cool, except it's not. Now we are to believe that now we have this new multiverse, that the Earth is no longer the center of the multiverse. Like, it never mattered that Earth wasn't the center. That was a dumb idea anyway, because of course Earth's not the center of the multiverse. Good grief. So Earth's not the center of the multiverse. Surprise, surprise. And now we expect doom and justice. The Legion of Doom and the Justice League now have to work together on a Totality Satellite. Can you imagine if anything so stupid as this? So now superheroes, just casual, oh, no big deal. Oh, look, it's Lex Luthor. Oh, look, it's Talia al Ghul. Oh, look, Vandal Savage is alive again. It doesn't seem to bother Vandal Savage. Does he remember that Lex Luthor killed him? Everybody has their memories. Does Vandal Savage remember that Lex Luthor killed him in Justice League number 1, I believe? But hey, everybody grab a Coke, hold hands, and sing Kumbaya on the Totality Satellite, where doom and justice will forever work together. Don't worry if you're working alongside a murdering psychopath. Don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. Nothing to see here. We're all on the Totality Satellite. We're all just getting along, protecting the multiverse somehow together, evil and good, working alongside each other on the dark side of the moon, protecting the integrity of the universe from Darkseid, apparently. Why? I don't get it. If Vandal Savage and Lex Luthor can have membership on the Totality Satellite, why can't Darkseid? Just because he happens to be somewhere else, probably on a apocalypse that you can't find. Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, apparently, there's one other thing here. To express my opinion of the Totality Satellite, this is what it is. Bullshit! That's exactly what it is. Absolutely bullshit. But hey, it is what it is. But let's continue. Now, Earth's not the center of the multiverse, and everything, we don't know where. So he says, the disturbing thing is that our Earth is no longer the center of the multiverse. How is that possible? We don't know, but we've detected not one center, but two sources of energy. And one of them comes from a planet that they're calling the Elseworlds. Now, this is actually the very first interesting thing that's come out of this. Elseworlds is finally DC, or at least some remnants of DC are waking up. To have an Elseworld, I personally would prefer future DC stories to just take place on the Elseworlds, because the current state of the DC universe is a disaster. So you might as well have that. Elseworlds are at least interesting tales. They're not interesting when they're tales of the Dark Universe. That was an awful series. Every single one of the tales of the Dark Universe sucked. All of them sucked. Get away from the Dark Universe. I don't ever want to see the Batman Who Laughs again. I hate this series. I just don't like it. I'm glad it's over. If you just need to, you only need to read one issue of Death Metal. That's this issue, and you only need to read the last 5 or 6 pages. That's really it. That's all you need to understand this mess of a narrative. In fact, this is such an insult to say, but I'm sorry, it has to be said. If you read all 7 issues of Death Metal, you will be more confused than if you just read issue 7. You're better off just reading the last 6 pages of Death Metal number 7, and you're good. That's all you need to know. Seriously, that's all you need to know. Don't waste your time and money on everything else unless you get it free, 99 cents on Comixology for the full 7 issues and every other of the one-shots combined. This was very much a waste of paper. But hey, if we get a second pandemic, you need some toilet paper. You got the first 6 issues of Death Metal to wipe your ass. But hey, that's what it is. But hey, now we got Elseworlds. We got literally an Elseworld, which is good. I'm interested in Elseworld because I'm guessing that what's going to happen on Elseworld is that the different incarnations and the different potential timelines can magically take place on Elseworld, and that'll just be a very convenient way for them to tell future stories on Elseworld. And that is by far the prospect of an Elseworld, and to know how it works and the adventures that will take place on Elseworld and the various different type of what-if stories that we will get harkening in Elseworlds. All the most successful DC incarnations of their characters have all been Elseworld stories. From Dark Sun to God's, from Red Sun to, there are multiple, so many stories. Speeding Bullets, those stories when Batman becomes Bruce Wayne becomes a Green Lantern instead of Batman. Those stories where Superman, takes place in a different reality where Cal becomes, like a knight in Camelot, or Wonder Woman becomes, oh my God. There's Batman, Castle of the Bat, Batman Houdini, Batman Thrill Killer, Batman Night Gallery, multiple Dark Knight Dynasty. There's literally Gotham by Gaslight, Batman Master of the Future, Batman Holy Terror. Now, of course, what you're picking up on here, Batman 9 Lives, Catwoman, Guardian of Gotham. There's even potential crossovers. Robin 3000. Now, a lot of the famous Elseworld stories, let's face it, they were Batman centric. But the fact is that the growth into other areas in other characters in the DC universe beyond just Batman can make this be a much more interesting, provide us with a lot more interesting possibilities. Now, in the end here, we end up with Sergeant Rock forgetting his memory, or he's losing his memory, and he says "Who are?" and and he's back in his time with the Justice Society. This leads into Future State. Now, Future State is going to be another series of reviews. Frankly, this ending, this idea that everything matters now, still feels like nothing matters to me. But I'm just glad it's over. It's done. It's clear that DC is going into Future State. I think that there's clearly a sense with Future State that DC is sort of tired of its existing heroes. Let's face it, they've clearly not been writing them very well. So they might as well tell some future tales with a future Wonder Woman, Yara Flores, have a next generation of heroes. You might as well bring them on. I got to tell you that the new Yara Flores is such a better Wonder Woman. She at least has a personality. The first issue of Wonder Woman Future State is so much better than 99% of every Wonder Woman tale I've ever read, simply because Diana actually cracks a joke, actually has a personality, actually has some sarcasm, actually presents, shows some sign of having a sense of humor. It really exemplifies just how badly Wonder Woman has been written as a character. I've said this for years, and I double down on that. And I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan, and you might think, how can I be a Wonder Woman fan when Wonder Woman is such a terribly written character? It's because I know she deserves better. And unfortunately, for Wonder Woman to have taken, in my view, such a cowardly act in Death Metal #7, the Wonder Woman that I know that I feel I know reading her would never ever, ever, ever sacrifice the multiverse to save the cosmic gods. She would never do that. She would never do that. And if she would, shame on her. And she did, and shame on her that she would do that. That's why I don't like Death Metal #7. There's nothing I like about this story. I like the idea of an Elseworlds. That's pretty much it. Everything about this thing I just don't like. I didn't enjoy the journey. I enjoyed the journey going back from. I enjoyed Justice League 1 through 25. That was it. The journey after that has been a convoluted mess. This could have been something epic. It could have been something multiversal, but it ended up being something where at the end everybody loses, everything's destroyed, and we just have gods that like playing games with us, and Wonder Woman, fool that Wonder Woman is, once again abandoning whatever wisdom she purports to have, and once again Wonder Woman putting her faith and trust in cosmic judges who promise that things are going to get worse for us, and they promise us nothing. I would have much rather have taken my chance with the Batman Who Laughs, and have the Batman Who Laughs create a new multiverse, because at least then we could at least fight, and at least then we would have some, at least because the Batman Who Laughs promised Wonder Woman a world where she could have what she wanted, and I wanted a world that was hope-filled instead of what we have now, which appears to be nonsense. But hey, let's just throw shit at a wall and see what sticks, and that's what we did. And regardless of the smell, people, this is what we have, and whether we like it or not. And DC Future State, let's hope it's good. Some of it has some potential, but we'll see. Guys, tell me what you think of DC Dark Knight Metal #7. And in the meantime, or in the future, when I see whatever, hit the subscribe button, blah, blah, blah. Let me get out of here. Catch you later.